I want to go across to Mohammed Salim. You know, you've seen so many trade unions. You just saw the behavior of the president of the pilots guild. These guys are impossible to deal with. Mr. Salim, surely you would back corporate India when it says that the government must now get out of Air India. It doesn't make sense to be held hostage by the pilots in this fashion.
You know which side of the debate I am, but I'll make it very clear, allow me to complete my thing, that privatization is not the panacea of everything. Of course, it's a mismanagement. Now, these days, pilots have become the villain and the demon. You can demonize them, but you cannot allow Air India to survive in this way, because it's a mismanagement, wrong decisions, decision not taken at the proper time. And what happened in last 1 decade, you know. You started running this aviation business through some joint secretary, under secretary, not appointing the head of the organization, not bringing in the proper management experts in this field, and now you have the problem. So shutting down is the easiest thing, but that's not the problem. That's not the solution. You require airlines, and we know in 2000 the India government decided to privatize, but entire parliament opposed. It's not only left. I was the chairman of the transport, and we submitted an unanimous report of the standing committee, and we gave them a way out also. But the question is, successive government, they run it as a milking cow. But this was milk, but not plowed back for the airlines. Starting from grounding of the A320, then the VVIP operations, then there's huge money was stuck in various places, and using this organization to benefit certain quarters, starting from sale agencies to the way it is being run till date. So don't blame the pilots alone.
See what everybody is saying. Ajit Singh told us it's very difficult for the government to be in the service sector. That's what the minister is saying, and that's a fact. The government can't run an airline.
Make it very clear, now government cannot run the country. So do you want to shut down the government? What's happening from northeast entire country, this UPA government is not taking decision in any front. So the easiest way is to shut down the government itself.
Denzil Keela has some very strong views, Mr. Mohammed Salim. Marshal Keela, you've just seen the behavior of the president of the Pilots Guild. That's the attitude which reflects amongst all the pilots. Given the mess the government is in, is privatizing or shutting down the only solution? Can we deal with these pilots, sir?
Well, let me first say, I've been listening to this debate carefully, and at no stage do I ever agree with the pilots going on strike. And the conduct of the ICPA on television is very regrettable, because instead of trying to convince people of their arguments, he's making them even more and more angry. Having said that, the basic problem which you all are not understanding, which the pilots are trying to say, is that this total mess is the product of the mismanagement. You've lost 30,000 crores. Why? Due to mismanagement. Has anybody accounted for it? No. You've ordered 100 aircraft without having the money to pay for it. Has anyone accounted for it? No. Everybody knows that even bailouts have been paid earlier and before. A big dramatic plan is put through, but when the time comes 5 years down the line, again the airline is in debt. So the fact of the matter is that the airline is not viable to be able to run in this fashion.
So what's
Secondly,
the solution? Marshal, what's the solution? Privatize, shut down, or deal with these pilots?
Cut your losses. Cut your losses, privatize, and like other airlines, if private airlines are running and like other countries have done, you please do it. This is there's no more time and no more money available for us to waste our precious money on giving a government management a try when they can never do it for the last 10 years and even more.
You know, it sounds horrific that the president of the Pilots Guild is saying we want a promotion policy. I mean, the airline is not even on its feet, it's bleeding to death. And the pilots are only concerned about their promotion policy.
Yeah. You know, I just want to make a point here. The point is that whilst 20 years ago, there was the English system of bureaucracy where you went on seniority and everything else. The government has already changed the policy when they appoint now the secretaries and everybody else, that they take, they don't necessarily go for the senior person, who's the more efficient, more meritorious. So this thing of the Air India pilots to say, I'm going to get a free lunch, I want my promotion on seniority, whether I'm good, bad or ugly, is first and foremost wrong. So he's still living in the past, 20 years ago. And what Mr. Salim is saying, I am partially agreeing with him. That's why I'm suggesting Indian Airlines, which is going to be in the domestic part, can be efficiently run. But Air India, which competes in the world, I mean, how can he say that the government is mismanaged? Government cannot manage anything which is now internationally competitive.